Welcome to My Own Worst Enemy. We're going to do another unboxing today. We are looking at CSA America's Civil War 1861 to 1865. This is a Counter-Strike minigame. And this is from Fiery Dragon Productions. And I think Fiery Dragon is now called Platinum Dragon Productions, if they're still in business, which I think they are. I think they're doing more fantasy stuff though than what they were doing before. But the reason I got this game is because it is a war game by Arbin Madison and Wes Ernie, and anything by these guys I'm going to buy if I can find it. And I'll tell you, it was not an easy thing to find this game, and I probably paid a little too much for it than what I should have. Not even sure if it's even, you'll probably find it, but you'll probably have to pay premium for it if you do. Quick look at the back. So this is number 16 of that Counter-Strike mini game. I actually have, I think, a couple more of these, and I will bring those out. Yeah, see, manufacturer or retail price $24.95. Not what I paid for it, but it, you know, you want to play these games, sometimes you have to pay to play. This is, like I said, from Fiery Dragon. They are now Platinum Dragon. That will, I believe they still have a website. Maybe it's a Facebook page. I tried to find Platinum Dragon, but I didn't really spend that much time on it, but I think they're still out there. So the contents, get a color rulebook, 288 counters, a color map, cardstock charts and tables, and 2 dice. Medium complexity, 1 hex is 45 miles, so this is pretty large, high up strategic scale, it sounds like. Time scale, 3 months per turn. Players 2. Solitaire suitability says very high. Now, I don't know if there's solitaire rules in here or not. I did look on Board Game Geek, and it lists the players as 1 to 2 players. This only says 2, so we'll have to dig into that and see what exactly is going on there. And playing time of 3+ hours. So let's see what we get inside this tiny little box. And it's not a very big box. It is a mini game, so you wouldn't expect a big box with a mini game. We'll just put this aside up here, and we dig right in. And so I see right off we have a nice spiral-bound rulebook. So that's pretty cool. You don't see that too often. Almost never see that, really. There's the index. We look like we have, it's broken down like a typical index, segments or sections, I should say. I see a sequence of play. That's good. Random events, general logistics. Like I said, I don't know anything about this game other than it's a Ben Madison, Wes Ernie game. So I'm looking forward to getting this one to the table and trying it to see how it plays. So I will be doing that as soon as I can. Like I said, I got so much stuff backed up, though. It's, who knows when I'll get this to the table. Random events. Now, there are random events in this game, and we'll get to that book in just a second. It's kind of reminiscent of, if you're familiar with Ben Madison's Absolute Victory, there's a lot of random events in that game as well, and this kind of looks like that. Generals and logistics. I'm just going to do a quick flip through here, just to give you an idea. And, this is really nice. I love this rulebook. It's really nice paper. Colors are good. The print is clear. It's just, this is what you want to see in a rulebook. And I love the spiral bound. You can just open that up and it lays flat. It's like there's some supply. Naval warfare. That's kind of surprising. I didn't expect to see the game this small that they would even have much of a naval warfare going on. Maybe it's abstracted. We shall see. Politics and victory. Maybe there's some politics in here as well. That would be good. I saw foreign intervention. Some optional rules. So overall, it looks like a nice rule book. And there's hexes. It has all the hex catalog. That's interesting. So that is the rule book. We will look at what's next. Oh, there's some D6s. Now these are interesting, and they are they're. Let me see if I can get these up here for you to look at. They're actually really cool. They're almost like they're blue, but they're almost like a marbled blue, and they're not the pips. They're actual numbers. I like that. That's different, and they're all good, and that's good. So we'll put those over there before I get lost in playing with those dice. Now here's the counter sheets. There are 3 counter sheets. And there's not, like I said, this is a very high-level strategic game, I believe. And I'm getting counter clippy stuff all over my table here. I almost hate to punch this one and play it, since so much, a little too expensive for my taste, but I'm not gonna not play it. There's nothing on the backs of these counters. And I'm gonna also try to hold this up so you can see what's going on here with the counters and how they look. So we have some Confederate and some US control markers, some fort markers. And then we have, looks like these are our units, our leaders. See if I can get those all the way on the screen so you can check them out there. Same thing for the Confederates, leaders, armies. It's like some French and some British markers there. Interesting. This could be a very interesting game. And let's see, what do we have next here? This is that map, and it is not a very large map. It is a very colorful map and very high level. So you can't even see the entirety of Florida. It does go all the way out to Texas and Kansas. So you do have some Western Civil War activity taking place. Not a lot to say. Nothing really. Very basic map. Just and if you're familiar with Ben Madison games, and I don't know who did the artwork for this, it may have been Ben himself. It's not. I've seen a lot worse maps. This is not that bad, really. And considering if it is a high scale or a strategic level Civil War game, then it's probably sufficient for what they're trying to accomplish here. But we will see once we get into gameplay. And this, I believe, is the random events booklet. And so when you play this game, you will draw random chits, and depending on what chit you draw, you will go through these random events. And you'll basically, when you draw a chit, so for 1861, if we were to pull chit one, every one of these events would transpire, they would take place, you would play those out. So we'll see that hopefully when we actually play the game. Let's see, we're making a mess here. Trying to spread some of this stuff out so we can still see it as I talk here. And nice little rubber band. I don't know how. So this game came out in 2007. That's how old this game is. Sequence of play card. Your turn record and track. Artillery supremacy boxes with some emojis on there. That's kind of interesting. So you have Confederate States Special Events cards, United States Special Event card. Here's that naval warfare map, and that looks like that's on a global level. That's really interesting. The terrain effects chart. I'm wondering about that the naval aspect of this game now. Combat modes, lots of play cards here. So here's your setup chart for the Confederates and for the United States. We are about to hit the bottom of the box, and we get United States Omnibus Markers Track. Looks like some money, some income, and probably the same thing for the Confederates. So there you go. A very quick look inside of CSA American Civil War from Ben Madison and Wes Ernie. This was produced by Fiery Dragon, and now it is, I don't know if like I said, this is now, Fiery Dragon is now Platinum Dragon. I don't think they're still publishing, certainly not this game. I don't think so. It'd be nice maybe to see a reprint of this game at some point so people can try it, not pay exorbitant amounts of money to get it. I will try to get this one to the table sooner rather than later. It looks like it might be a fun little game, some different ideas with naval warfare there, maybe some politics. Do not know. We will see. That is it. I appreciate you dropping by to watch this unboxing. As always, look for this to get to the table at some point.